And here we are today with the red reveals. And the first archetype we have is Son Goku from the King Piccolo saga. Welcome back to a new video. That's right, we're jumping right into it, guys. So we're going right over the brand new archetype Son Goku. And we see that we've got Korin and Yajirobe here in the back, but the card itself is a Son Goku childhood. It's a Saiyan from King Piccolo saga. You know what this means, right? This means the other red leader we're going to get is more than likely going to be a King Piccolo. So Red KP might make a comeback. Anyways, let's go over these reveals. Then we're going to go over some synergistic cards that work. So we've been doing this for the past two archetypes. If you guys have taken a look, I did it for the Majin Buu archetype, and I've did it for the Gotenks archetype, and for the reveals for the black SRs and the Vegito support. So we're doing Red Goku over here. Anyways, let's hop right into it. When this card attacks, draw one, activate main once per turn, add up to one card from your life to your hand, place up to one red skillless battle card from your deck in your drop, shuffle your deck, and no alternate awaken. It just says when your life is four or less, draw two cards. So already we see this is a skillless base deck, so which is really cool. There's a lot of skillless support already in the meta, already in the previous sets, so this is going to go great. At 4 life, we draw to an awaken into Son Goku face off with the Great Demon King. So instead, on this turn he draws, on this side he draws, on this side he doesn't draw anymore for attacking. He instead draws when you play a red originally skillless battle card, right? So you draw one. That's on both players' turns. So on your turn and your opponent's turn, if you have a way to proc it, you'll draw one. Auto, when your red battle card with 30,000 power is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unison, and it gets minus 15k power for the turn. This is on either player's turn, and this effect, this auto, is not once per turn or limit one. It's just every single time you play a red battle card with 30k power, you minus one of their battle cards or unisons for the turn, 15k. Super cool, super unique. And the fact that it's not once per turn or limit one is just insane. Activate main. You may play one red skillless battle card from your Z deck or hand. Yeah, we're going to go over that Z deck term over here. But if you do negate the skill for the turn, so you can use the activate main to attempt to play a red skillless. The counter window opens, counter window one. Let's say your opponent counter plays the card coming into play. You can choose not to play it, and then the skill will not be negated because you did not. It says if you do play the skill, let's negate the skill. So you can bait out their counter windows with this effect. You can bait out their counter play with this effect. So you can say respond window one, they say no respond. You're like, great, I'll play it right over here, and then they're forced to respond in window two, which by that point the card would already be in play, which means you get to proc both of these autos. So really cool. You can keep procking this activate main. You can keep opening up counter windows until you play the card. This effect is not negated. So really cool. Already seems like a really strong archetype. I mean, you just get to play a red skillless battle card from your Z deck or hand, and the spoiler alert: the skillless cards are 30k power. So just free playing a 30k. I mean, it's super strong, and it's red, so we know red is going to be strong. Here's the brand new SR for the set: Attack to Save the World. Right? He's got the flick, which is awesome. He's got double strike. In order to play him, you have to tap two, limit one, activate main. If your leader is red, and you or your opponent have a battle card with 30,000 power or more in play. Right? So either you or your opponent, you just tap two red, play up to one red skillless battle card from your drop, and play this card from your hand. Right? So first you play the red skillless battle card, and then you play this card from your hand. And the reason why that's so important is the auto says if you have a red originally skillless battle card in play in your battle area, when this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 30k power or less, ignoring barrier, and KO it. This is such a strong effect. Red has struggled with barrier removal in the past quite a bit, right? This basically is a splashable card in pretty much any deck. It just says, hey, play any red skillless battle card, and let's say the card you play is a red skillless battle card with 30k power. You get a 30k attacker, plus you get this 30k attacker with double strike, and you KO one of their cards ignoring barrier. So get rid of their pesky Sin Shenron, get rid of their pesky barrier Vegito. I mean, it's just really good. This is the card Red needed. So very happy to see a nice generic card like this. Super strong. We have a 2-cost Unison, Yajirobe, Wild Sense of Smell. Basically, he's really cool. What he does is he protects your red skillless battle card. Choose one of your red battle cards with 30k power, so probably let's say the skillless. You place it underneath him so he's protected, and then this guy gains 5k crit, so he's a 20k crit. And then he has an auto during your opponent's turn, or I guess just in general, when your opponent plays a card, you play up to one red skillless battle card from under this card, then you would remove this card from the game. So he plays any of the red skillless cards, which will proc your leader's effect on this side. Which means you'd get to draw one, and then you'd get to minus something 15k, right? So really cool. It's more of an archetype unison. I don't know how generic this guy is, but hey, it's a Yajirobe. Pretty cool. Here we have a 30k launch. This art looks amazing. I can't wait to get this card in foil. We got the bullet holes in the back over here. But it's just a vanilla, 30k vanilla. The thing we care most about is, other than the fact it's a launch, is it's an Earthling. So this tag is going to be really important. We have a 1-drop over here. It's a searcher. So look at the top 5. Add any Sane or Earthling as long as it's red and has an energy cost of 3 or less. So it doesn't search a whole lot. But the reason why this card is a 4 of is because of the second effect. So if your leader is Red Sun Goku Childhood, which this leader is, and you have 3 or more energy, you get to play a red skillless Sun Goku card from your drop on top of this card. So for 1 energy, it replaces itself as a cantrip. And then for free, you get to play the skillless, which would proc your leader's auto to draw 1, choose one of their battle cards, and give it battle cards unison, give it minus 15k for the turn. Yeah, this card is an easy 4 of. Yeah, it doesn't search a lot, but it's still generally strong. We have Master Roshi, Life Risking Battle. It's a blocker, permanent. If this card will leave the battle area by a skill, you may play 1 battle card from under this card onto your opponent's battle area with the skill's negator for the turn instead, right? And when this card is played, you get to choose one of your opponent's battle cards and place it underneath, so you get to eat it up. You can play it for 1 red, as long as your life is 4 or less, and your leader is a Red Sun Goku Childhood. So blocker, permanent, 15k, basically has a way to protect itself. It's a cute card. It's pretty cool. It's an Earthling, so that's also good as well. Here's the first ever Z skillless battle card. So it's a 2-drop Tianshinon with 20k power. Once again, it has the Earthling tag, the one we care about. And it's just a Tianshinon. And the reason why this is actually really important is because if we take a look at the Awakened Leader's effect, you may play 1 red skillless battle card from your Z deck or hand. So if you play it from your hand, yes, you're playing a card from your hand, and you get to draw 1, but it's not a hard plus. If you play it from your Z deck for free, it's actually a hard plus. You get to plus 1 card and draw. So pretty cool, I guess. During the turns you want to see a brand new card, you don't want to filter, you can do that. So pretty nice. Let's go over part 2 of the reveals, right? So right over here we have the 30k skillless Goku. So we have a launch, and we have a Goku, and this guy has a Saiyan tag, something we also care about. So we're going to go over that later. But just, this is the guy you play over the 1-drop, by the way. So really cool. A nice 3-drop 30k. And 30k is beefy too, man. This archetype kind of reminds me of Dark Broly with 30ks and stuff. So pretty cool. We have another SR, Chiatsu, which is funny because Chiatsu got an SR. But counterplay, if your leader is red, just play this card. So it's a counterplay, and it just plays the card. Permanent, only on your opponent's turn. And as long as you have a red battle card with 30k power or more, you can activate the counter skill from your hand without paying the energy cost. And the counterplay itself is, you can counterplay as much as you want, right? But the auto itself is limit 1. So limit 1, if your life is 4 or less, when this card is played, play up to 1 red skillless battle card from your drop. So this can play out the skillless Goku or the skillless launch, which would proc off your leader over here. So a really cool, easy way to proc your leader off on your opponent's turn. Proc your leader's effect off on your opponent's turn. Chiatsu is a really cool card. Yajirobe, Wild Power, Deflect. You play it for 1 red as long as you have 2 more energy. You play this card, and then add up to 1 red skillless battle card with the energy cost of 3 from your drop to your hand. Remember, if we take a look at our leader's unawakened side, he adds a card from your life to your hand, and then places a red skillless battle card from your deck into your drop. So the way we add skill lists is by filtering them. One is by searching them through cantrips, but just by placing them in the drop and then picking them up by playing these battle cards like Yajirobe later. So he replaces himself by picking up the 3-drop skill list, and then he has an auto that at the end of the turn you play this card and you place this card in your drop. Choose one of your red skill list battle cards, switch it to active mode, and it will gain blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. Really nice, really cool, right? We have a launch, World Protection Support. It's a cantrip. When it's played, draw one. Has an activate battle limit 1, as long as your leader is the Goku leader. You just pitch this card, discard this card. You add a red skillless battle card from your drop to your hand, any red skillless battle card, and your leader gains 15k power for the battle. It's sort of like I think it was called Realm of the Gods, Ultra Instinct Mastery or something. It was a red extra card where you gained 15k power and you drew one. This is basically this for this archetype, except it's a cantrip, it's an earthling, and you get to add a skillless battle card, so you get to recycle it. So pretty cool, actually. Activate battle over here is pretty nice. I don't know how much energy you'll have on defense. This seems like a very energy hungry deck, so it's going to be interesting, especially when you consider the fact that when you awaken, you don't even untap. So definitely something to consider. This card is insane. Super Water of the Gods exchange for Suffering. So, permanent, you can't place cards under this card except with this card skill. So, that's just something that they put in so people wouldn't break the game. Auto, if your leader is this leader, you have 2 or more energy, so you do it turn 2 for 1 red, 1's the energy. When it's placed in a battle area, place 2 of your life face up under this card. And then activate battle says add 2 cards from under this card to your life, remove this card from the game, and your red Son Goku childhood cards gains 5k power for the turn, including your leader. Well, what is the point of this card? The point of this card is, if you remember, our leader has no alternative awakening. It just awakens at 4. So the point is to keep adding life, right? Add a card from your life to your hand, place a skill list into the drop, and then once you're at 6 life, you can just tap 1, play this, take 2 life, place it underneath this. Now you're at 4, and you're free to awaken. And after you awaken, whenever you want to throughout the game, as long as this card sticks around, you can activate battle and just gain those 2 life back. So essentially, if you play this card, you're basically awakening at 6 life instead of 4. So it's a pretty cool card. Definitely a one of, I would say, but definitely cool for sure. Also helps your super combos become life when you're at 4 if you're running those ratted super combos. Here we have a extra card rescue. You have a red card with Yajirobe, and its card name. Just add any Son Goku childhood, cost of 3 from drop to your hand. Then choose one of your Son Goku childhood cards, gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. So it's like a bean, and then you get to just pick up any skillless, I guess. The only way it works is if you have a red card with Yajirobe. This includes the Z Unison, by the way. So yeah, a little funny call out. Son Goku nonstop attack. Here's another SR over here. This is a 3-drop 2-0 energy. Permanent. If you have a red battle card with 30k power or more in play, which this card can easily do, this deck can easily do, reduce the energy cost of this card in your Z deck by 2, so it would cost 1. 16k, auto limit 1. When it's played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. 30k power less KO. That's so strong, man. They're really giving red a lot of these KO effects. And red is usually a color that has those minus effects. So choose one of your opponent's cards, minus 10k, 20k, 30k. This just says, nope, straight up KO. Activate battle once per turn. Choose one of your red battle cards with 30k power or more. Place it in its owner's drop. This card gains 9k power, double strike for the battle. So activate battle timing, you can turn it into a 25k double striker, as long as you give up the skill list 30k that you free played with your leader. Fits perfectly with the deck, also really good in generic in general, so really nice, man. Tien Shinhan, full power fighting. You play this as long as your leader is the red Goku, you have 3 or more energy. You play this, and then you play up to 1 red skillless battle card from your deck and shuffle your deck. So for 1 energy, you get this 15k, and you can play a 30k swinger. And then when you use this card in a combo, whether it's on board, whether it's in your hand, choose up to your red skillless battle cards. It will gain critical for the battle. So now you're swinging with these skillless guys. Let's say you have this launch, And now she's a 30k plus 5k, so 35k crit you're swinging for with this TN if you combo with them. Most leaders will just take that. They really can't afford to combo 3 or 4 cars, or if they don't have super combo, a lot more. So really cool. Bulma, World Protection Support. Another cantrip. When it's played, draw one. This one has a limit 1 effect, activate main. If your leader is the red Goku, yep. You place this card in your drop, so it's used when it's on board, right? So you tap one, you play it, activate main, place it in the drop. You get to add any red skillless battle card from your drop to your hand, so she's great for recycling those pesky skillless cards. Because eventually you'll run out of them, right? You can only run so many. So this archetype seems really cool, it seems really unique. Man, I absolutely love this archetype. Like I said, it feels like a Dark Broly Light, right? And that's really, really cool. Let's get on to some of these more synergistic cards over here. So we have Son Goku face off the Demon King. Once again, as always, huge shout out to DBS Tech Planet. They do a fantastic job. The first card we're going to talk about, which is why we care so much about the Earthling tag, is Bulma Bunny Girl. Man, if you don't know what this card does, this card is absolutely insane. Read it. Unique blocker: when one of your red Earthling cards other than a Bulma is removed from a battle area by opponent's skill, play this card. If you do, play up to one red Earthling only battle card with an energy cost of 4 or less from your drop area. That means when your opponent gets rid of this Chiatsu, you can go ahead and play a red skillless launch on your opponent's turn and proc your leader's effect of drawing a card. And remember, your leader's effect to minus something by 15k is not once per turn. Let's quickly review all the Earthling cards we have in this set, right? Earthling. So this will proc Bulma Bunny. Earthling. This will proc Bulma Bunny. This can also be played off Bulma Bunny. So you can play this on your opponent's turn and just eat one of their cards up. I mean, it's ridiculous. Earthling also can be procced off Bulma Bunny, right? So once this is removed, you'll be able to play Bulma Bunny on top of it. Let's take a look at some of these other cards. He's a Saiyan. Earthling. This will work. Earthling. This will work as well, right? Earthling, this will work. And then Tien Shin Han is also an Earthling. Tien Shin Han will also work as well. So let's say he's on board, your opponent KOs it, bam, here comes Bulma Bunny Girl, play a 30k Earthling, proc your leader effect. Or play the Roshi, or play whatever you want to, right? Bulma is an Earthling, but obviously it has to be a card other than a Bulma, so I won't proc off that. So, I mean, it's insane, man. The fact that you can just proc Bulma Bunny Girl so easily in this deck just makes this card a 4 of in this deck. So it's an obvious one, right? So let's get it out of the way right first. If you're playing this deck, you need to be running this card. If you don't have this card, you should be buying it. It's good generically in red. The other stuff we're going to take a look at is a couple of other 30Ks. Now, if you'll notice, all these guys have in common is they all have the Earthling tag, right? So these are all guys that we can add off our cantrip, but they're also guys that we can play off our Bunny Girl. So if you want to run more of an Earthling package, here are 3 30Ks that you can run that you can get max value with Bulma Bunny Girl. So really cool. Next card we're going to look at is from a set. It's from a previous set. It's actually a more recent set. It's a yellow Son Goku. This card is so cool, man. Look at this. So you play it just by tapping 2 any. So you don't need to have yellow energy for this. But for 2 energy, if you have an originally skillless battle card with energy cost of 3 in play, which you almost always do because your leader can play it for free, you play this card from your hand. And when he's played, you add up to 1 4-star ball, Grandpa's Heirloom, from your drop to your hand. Then you choose up to 2 total of your opponent's battle cards or unisons, ignoring barrier, switch them to rest mode, and negate their skills for the turn. And he's a 25k dual attack. This is a great side deck card. You can even main deck it if you want to. It's a great side deck card for annoying decks that want to spam out these token blockers, negates, or just have pesky barrier blockers that you can't really interact with. So really, really good against that. It's also great against Gogeta. So blue-yellow Gogeta is still a competitive deck in this meta, and they have their 8-drop Gogetas that have Aegis, the they're able to just use to untap the energy, block with, and tap your battle cards and energy down. They're secret rare and other things like that. With this card, you can switch them to rest mode and negate their Aegis skill and their blocker skill, so they won't be able to proc it. So great side deck card, really good for this deck. Definitely a staple in this deck for the side deck for that Gogeta matchup. Speaking of which, review this card. When this card is played, he adds a 4-star ball from your drop to your hand, Grandpa's Heirloom. So let's actually take a quick look at this card next over here. So first thing we notice, this card works. Do you see the 0 energy cost over here? So which means that even though this is a yellow card in this deck, it's still technically free. Permanent, this card gains Dragon Ball in all areas. And this first effect we really don't care about. We're not tapping a yellow, we're not really charging yellow in this deck. Can we? I'm sure we can, but we really don't care. We just care about this effect. Limit 1, activate main. So remember, it costs 0 to use, so we don't care about tapping the energy. But if you discard one of your skillless battle cards from your hand, draw 2 cards. Amazing. And you can't send cards from your drop to your warp for the game. This effect is very powerful, right? So discard 1, draw 2, really strong. This effect is a little less helpful. This is a Saiyan leader, so the secret rare you're probably going to run for this deck is probably going to be the Overwhelm Vegito, the SS4 Vegito Light in the Dark. So that card is an Overwhelm 6. So by playing this extra card means you can't run that secret rare. So if you don't have that secret rare, sure, go for it. I don't recommend running this card if you're planning on running Vegito as your secret rare because you can't overwhelm them. However, there's a good chance, maybe there's a chance this archetype gets a secret rare, which if this archetype does get a secret rare, then I guess you can run this and the archetype secret rare, however it reacts. But this card is really strong. The only problem is if you're running Vegito secret rare, you can't really proc this activate main. So that's why I don't know if you really should be running this or not. But if you don't have Vegito secret rare or you're running some other secret rare, go for it, man. Definitely for sure. Speaking of which, 4-star ball and skillless is because we're running a lot of skillless. This is automatically a card that should be looked at. You just gain 5k from your battle card or leader, and if the card you chose to gain 5k is skillless, it gains an additional 5k. So it's sort of like a deluge of power for that skillless. So you can make your skillless as 40k. So really strong when you're going for like a big swing, right? Let's take a look over here. This is another Son Goku childhood. But this is Son Goku, The Path to Power. Unique double strike. You can play it for 2 energy as long as your leader is a Saiyan card, which it is. Your opponent has 2 or more energy, which, yeah, easy. And you have 2 or more skillless battle cards in your drop area, which is so easy to proc because our leader literally pitches them for free using our leader effect on our unawakened side. All really easy to proc in this deck. Auto, when this card attacks, play up to 1 skillless battle card with an energy cost 2 or less from your drop area, and it gets plus 5k power for the turn. This is a little bit tough because the skillless we want to run are 3 or more. So in order to run a card like this, you might have to include a skillless that is 2 or more. The great thing about our leader is our leader doesn't care what the energy cost of the skillless is. It just cares more so about the power being 30k. But as for the skillless itself, it really doesn't care about that. So yeah, this is a good, cool card to look at. But it's just 2 energy double striker. If anyone is interested in running it, it's not a bad card, right? The next card we have over here is an old one. It's Son Goku Divine Presence, Deflect Dual Attack. This card is actually really good for you guys who don't know. You can play it during activate battle speed. As long as you have 3 or more energy, 2 or more red cards in your combo area, you play it, it gains 5k. And then when it attacks, it gains another 5k, so now it's 30k. And you can add any 1 red skillless from your battle card, 1 skillless battle card from your deck to your hand. Right, so now it's swinging for 30k. It's dual attack deflect. The reason why I include this card is this permanent is actually really strong. This card can't be removed from your battle area by skills during your turn. So if you want to go in for a surefire swing, you're scared of your opponent having some way to get rid of your card. This card is great for going game. I remember this card used to be the bane to blue itself because blue didn't really have an easy way to get rid of this card. This card used to put in a lot of work against blue, just in general. It's really good. This effect over here reads really strong. So definitely something to consider. It does have a little bit of synergy with the deck, so a cool card for sure, right? And since this deck relies a lot more on skillless, you'll notice a lot of cards that have synergy with skillless. This is a cool card. Sword Dance of the Demon God. Counterattack, negate the attack. And by the way, this is a black card, but it's no specified energy, so you can tap red for it. But it negates the attack for 1 energy. Then add up to 1 skillless battle card from your drop area or from your warp to your hand. Really strong. This is a way to just negate an attack. Having a hard negate is always a good idea. So this is a hard negate that definitely we could use. Plus, it replaces itself by adding a skillless we can play later on from our hand. This effect, I guess you can proc it, but it's really not something we care about. We really just care about this first effect over here, right? So cool card, has a little bit of synergy in the deck, runs around the skillless engine. We like that. Next one is another old one. We have Pan Natural Fighter. Auto, when you combo with this card, choose up to 1 of your skillless battle cards, then choose one. We don't care about this one, we just care about this one. The chosen card gains blocker for the duration of the turn. So because your leader is able to play blockers for free, let's say you proc Bunny Girl, you play a Earthling, sorry, your leader can play skillless battle cards for free. So let's say you play a skillless Earthling, boom, a Bunny Girl plays a skillless Earthling or any skillless card, whatever it is. You can just combo with this on defense and just give that card blocker, so now you're safe from another attack. So if you had to combo a 5k to get out of swing, sure, why not combo this? You can make your skillless card that you play that turn a blocker. So really cool card as well. Also, if you want to make this deck red-yellow, it also has a little bit of synergy with that as well, right? Because you have a couple of yellow cards you can run. This is a cool card. One hit wonder. When your opponent's battle card's powers decrease, this card isn't in play in your battle area, you may play this card from your hand. This card is effectively we don't care about. But the great thing about this card is it's free play, right? And this is so easy to proc in this deck because every time we play a skillless red or red skillless battle card, we'll minus one of our opponent's battle cards or unisons. If we minus their battle cards, we'll get a chance to play this every single time. So playing a free 15k is not bad. This card used to put in a lot of work back in the day. Just a free 15k swinger, so it's definitely something worth looking at. And last but not least, we have triple combination over here. This is an SR. Activate main, choose one red Saiyan card in your battle area, play this card from your hand, and place a chosen card underneath it. So the Saiyan card we actually care about in this example is this Goku right over here. So this is a skillless Goku that you can play for free using a leader effect. You can play it, swing with it, 30k. After you swing with it, remember you played it for free, you can tap one red, take this Goku, place it underneath this card, get another 20k swing off, and then this has a powerful auto. By placing one card from underneath it in the drop, you can choose any of your opponent's battle cards, give them minus 30k power for the turn. So minus 30k for 1 energy is really good. Plus, this card is a Saiyan card, and this card is an Earthling card because it also has Trunks. So if your opponent removes this card, it'll also proc the Bulma Bunny Girl. So a lot of cool synergy with a lot of these cards over here. Man, overall, this archetype seems really fun. Like I said, it feels like a mini Dark Broly to me. Obviously, it has a little bit more interaction. It has that red aggro feel to it. And then if you decide to go with SS4 Vegito Secret Rare, you have such a powerful win condition as well. A couple of weaknesses of the deck is obviously it's a big engine. You do have to rely on the skill list. And another problem is the leader itself, right? The leader itself is very strong, but you have to awaken at 4 life. There's no alternative awakening. Yeah, you can play the Z extra, but now you're tapping 1 energy and your leader does not untap, right? But maybe mid game, late game, this leader will just gain so much value. The fact that this auto is not limit 1, the fact that this activate main can keep being used to bait out counterplay, I mean, it's really strong. Overall, I'd like to give this archetype a solid B ranking for sure. I don't think this is S tier or A tier. I think B tier has the potential to be A tier. This interaction with the Bulma Bunny Girl is actually really strong. So as long as Bulma Bunny Girl is here, I think this deck is just going to be absolutely insane, man. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. I appreciate it. Stay tuned. Hopefully we get the next red archetype, which is, I think, King Piccolo. And then hopefully we get to see some of the green stuff and some of the yellow stuff. I'm really looking forward to that stuff. Especially since we have so many good generic green stuff. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think about this deck. What you guys think about Red Goku. And let me know what you guys think about let me know if you guys think about any cards that I might have missed that have some really good synergy with this deck. I know there's a few. There's a lot, man. There's a lot of skillless stuff, a lot of skillless cards that work great with this. but I try to include the important ones, the ones that you guys would like to know. So thank you so much for watching. As usual, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.